Welcome to the Alberta SPCA Every Living Thing podcast, where we talk to people that are doing something that helps every living thing. That means animals, people, or the environment. I'm Melissa from the Education Department, and today we have with us our student correspondent, Alexandra. Hi Alexandra, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm excited to be here.
So Alexandra, can you tell everyone what we are learning about today?
Today I'm going to be interviewing an Alberta SPCA Peace Officer.
That sounds very interesting. I'll leave you to your interview.
Today we are speaking with Alberta SPCA Peace Officer Ryan Ann King. I'm really excited to speak with her as I have many questions about how she and other Alberta SPCA Peace Officers help animals all around Alberta. Welcome, Ryan Ann.
Hi, Alexandra. Thanks for inviting me today. I'm happy to be here talking to you.
So one of my questions, what is the job of an Alberta SPCA Peace Officer? What exactly do you do?
We enforce the Animal Protection Act, which is the law in Alberta that makes us all responsible for the animals that we own. So we investigate reports of animals in distress and decide what can be done to help those animals.
What does in distress mean?
Distress means being without proper shelter from the weather. It means being without food, water, space, even ventilation, which is clean air to breathe. It means the animal being without veterinary care if the animal is injured, sick, in pain, or suffering. And the animal is also in distress if it's being physically abused or neglected.
What do you do when you see an animal in distress?
Well, there are a number of things that we can do. The first thing I might do is speak to the animal's owner and see if I can get them to make a change for the animal in order to get it out of distress. Or I might simply remove the animal and place it in a location where it can get proper care.
What kinds of animals do you help?
We help all domestic animals, which would be primarily animals you would have as pets. So cats, dogs, reptiles and amphibians, guinea pigs, rabbits, even mice and hamsters. And we also help livestock animals, which would be the kind of animals you find on a farm, like horses, cows, pigs, sheep, goats, llamas, chickens even.
What about animals like wolves and deer?
Well, wolves and deer are wild animals, and they are looked after by Alberta Fish and Wildlife Services.
What skills do you need to become a peace officer?
Peace officers need a lot of skills. They need skills in ethics, in investigative technique. We have to be very effective in communicating, evidence gathering, interviewing. We have to be able to conduct ourselves appropriately in very difficult situations. For my job with animals, we also need to have extensive knowledge of all the different animals that we talked about already.
Why did you become a peace officer?
I became a peace officer in order to work with the Alberta SPCA. It was my dream job because I absolutely love animals and I wanted to be able to help animals every single day.
Is your job hard?
Sometimes it is. It's hard because we do have to see animals in distress, and that's a hard thing to see sometimes.
What should students do if they see an animal that they think isn't being treated properly?
Well, that's a good question. They should definitely tell an adult, such as their mom or dad or teacher. Then they should probably ask that adult to call us here at the Alberta SPCA.
What are other ways students can help animals?
Well, students can make sure their own pets are looked after properly. They can also encourage their friends to do the same. Kids should tell an adult if other kids are teasing or abusing an animal. They can also get involved by volunteering or fundraising for their local humane societies or animal rescue groups.
Thanks, Ryan Ann, for taking the time out of your busy day to explain what an Alberta SPCA Peace Officer does and, most of all, what students, like me, can do to help animals.
That concludes our Alberta SPCA Every Living Thing podcast. A big thank you to our student correspondent, Alexandra, for conducting the interview. To become involved in helping animals in your community and to get on our kindness map, visit everylivingthing.ca/class action. We hope you enjoyed the show and learned something new today. Thanks for listening.